All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at our sheet that looks like this. Okay, this is going to be our practice for 2-point perspective. Okay, so what I want you to do is give yourself 2 vanishing points on the further edges of the paper. When you're doing that, you can see that you're starting with the 2 points. Okay, it's literally 2 points perspective with 2 points. Let's do the one up in the top right here first. So as we're working on this one, we want to connect back to here, the top and the bottom. So we're going to start with that. So let's start with the top and the bottom and connect those back to that vanishing point. Okay, so once we have that going there, the next thing we want to do is connect these other 2 sides going back to the other vanishing point. So we have something like that. This would be fine if we were just going for something like this, but we want to end that shape. So what you want to do is create 2 more vertical lines. Okay, so I'm just going to create one over here, and I'm going to create one over here. Once we do that, we now have another point here and another point here. Notice that this is literally the same working this way as it is working this way. So with this point here, it's already connecting to there. So we want to go across the form to the other vanishing point. So we're going to go across the form from that corner back to our vanishing point on the other side. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other side in the other corner. And we're just going to go straight back. Now, when you do that, notice that it's forming that same kind of cube. Okay? Are all of these other lines that went back towards the vanishing point necessary for our drawing? No. So we can actually erase all of these lines that go back. When you're working in perspective of any type, it's always important to try to draw lightly until you want to finalize your artwork. Especially if you're going to need to connect them back all the way, you can still see faint traces of them. So you always want to work maybe a little bit lighter with less pressure. I'm pushing hard so that way you guys can see it from a distance. And I'm just going to quickly go over my lines with Sharpie, even if it's without a ruler, just so you can see the form a little bit better. so that you have something like that. And the nice thing about that is that you can see it really reflects that same kind of perspective as our 1-point perspective, except way more interesting of an angle.